I have a new backpack.
New backpack.
Oh, nice.
Another new backpack.
Yeah,
Yes.
my third one.
Breakfast. I'm just videoing food. Yeah.
Can't wait.
That was a bit of a wild panic. We managed to spend the entire day resupplying in Ashland. It is now about 10 minutes past 5. We're standing outside the post office where we have done the classic high-cut trick of walking through the door at 5 to 5 with 6 parcels, but it's taken us that long to sort everything out at the shop. We've been speed riding labels and trying to be as fast as possible, and absolutely shattered now.
Big thank out to the post office because they worked over to get everyone's parcel out.
Yeah, and many apologies. We know it's a stupid thing to do to show up that late with that much, but honestly, if we had had a choice, we wouldn't have done it. And it looks like a gentleman we met earlier in the cafe.
He gave us loads of mountain house meals.
Yeah, he gave us loads of free food and gave us his number to take us back to the trail. And we just rang him and he said, "You want to stay at ours?" So we might be staying with a trail angel tonight for the first time.
Yeah. It's a new experience.
It is indeed. But yeah, I wish I would have filmed a bit more of Ashland because Ashland's actually quite nice. But yeah, this is just the post office, sorry.
Quite high, isn't it? It's a lot higher here.
Yeah. There's Brian with his new pack.
I like it.
So far so good. We had a slight bit of a disaster in Ashland. Well, not disaster, but we've lost our beloved and super useful Swiss Army knife in the rush in the post office. So, well, let me rewind and tell us. We're back on the trail now.
Yeah, it's getting wet.
Getting very wet. There was a thunderstorm last night. It rained all night. So obviously all the vegetation is dripping. We stayed at a trail angel's house, who very kindly offered to keep us there rather than drop us off at the trail as we had wanted to do originally and make us camp in a thunderstorm. Absolutely lovely man. Yeah, he picked us up from the post office after we'd had this rush job there, and us unfortunately did not realise that we left the penknife that Brian had used to cut through the tape with. We've left it somewhere in the rush because they were about to close, so we were like packaging in one area, then rushing through the doors. Somewhere in all of that, the knife went missing. Reese, the trail angel, very kindly lent us his knife, so we have a knife at least to cut things with. But obviously the Swiss Army knife was super useful because it had scissors and everything on it. So, I don't know. We might need to replace it at some point. Yeah. It's a real bummer. And, of course, I have posted things to the wrong bloody addresses again. Because we were in such a hurry. I didn't think things through, so we bought all this food. Oops. 4 weeks worth of supplies. And send it to most of the places it needs to go, and some of the places where we really won't need it. Because we sent food to Cascade Locks, which, you know, has shops. Plenty of. And the very first place we're heading to now, our first stage is to Masama village. We forgot to send anything to. So, yeah. We'll have to see whether we can get reception somewhere and order from the resupply company. Yep, that trail's definitely been soaked a bit. A lovely little bridge. over a dry stream. Yeah, that would be my guess. Oh yeah, little side trail to a campsite. Yeah, sometimes it's well trodden as the path, so you kind of stand there going, And this is what it looks like when you have to do your resupply from the trail because you're too stupid to figure it out in town. We found the spot with 4G. We're ordering food.
Clouds are really low, mist is down, everything's a bit wet. Happy days.
So we've done less than 4 miles and decided to stop for breakfast. Because, breakfast has to happen at some point, and using the opportunity to dry out our washing, Reese let us do the washing in his last night, but we got kind of carried away chatting to each other and forgot to put the washing on until very late, and then of course it was, yes please, and then of course it was raining all night long, so stuff didn't get as dry as it normally would. So we're just being cheeky and hanging the washing out for a bit, and now we're having coffee and breakfast. Yes, heading straight towards Pilot Rock. Very interesting little rock. It just sticks out. Everything else is normal sort of hills around here. And then you go, bing!
Okay.
Rain clouds are being ominous above us. But so far so good. Ryan's enjoying himself, sort of, with his new pack.
Yeah, it's just a water bottle thing. I'm
Yeah.
going to have to get a thing, because there's stuff for the drink now.
Yeah, and I will have to get it out for him. He was used to being able to do that on the Gregory.
Yeah.
Well, each pack has its advantages and disadvantages. Yeah. This one at least doesn't fall apart and kill him. So, yeah.
And I can carry up to 60 pounds with this. 60 pounds.
Which means
my back can't.
I can sneak into the pack and hope he doesn't notice. Probably weigh slightly more than 60 pounds. Huh?
No, you're nice and thin. You're like me little model. Twinkly, twinkly, like Twinkle Stowe little elf.
Okay, whatever's in that bottle, he's not having any more. There's a pretty little ridge.
That rock up there as well.
Oh yeah. We're on the back side of it now. Nice.
That water first.
Mind's a flat destruction, sorcerer of death construction.
So much.
In the fields of bodies burning. Yeah.
So much for the wilderness experience, the whole silence and all that. Not if that guy
Then
had
here I
anything
come,
to do
huh?
with that. He was lurking behind a rock before, waiting for us. Scary.
Yeah. Look, I was a mountain lion. Brian would have been dinner.
Oh.
I knew you were there, mate.
Yeah.
I was playing your game.
Yeah, I bet. Come on, let's get up there and get lunch.
Or get up there and become lunch.
No, I don't know about that. That would be a bummer. Were you filming before I came down?
The rain is starting. I'm getting dribbled on. I thought I'd just do a quick panorama before it goes too bad. Because this is really pretty. Not the clouds, obviously. Yeah, it's gone a bit chilly. I don't know whether you can read that. There we go. It's about 12 degrees.
Whoa.
And that was lightning just then. I think it's time to leave. Oh, the sun just right above us. Right, we're out of here. It is cold, it is miserable, it's wet, we're gone. Well, the thunderstorm part of the thunderstorm seems to have passed now. And the rain is lessening, but it is still pretty chilly. And of course all the grass we're walking through and brushing past now is wet, so Probably should have put a rain pants on as well, but hey. Got a bit of sunshine trying to poke through now. Ooh. Yes, please. But you're British! This is your natural element.
I don't like rain. Well, you ain't to be lightweight. You ship your waterproof pants to Washington, thing is not going to rain in Oregon. I think it stopped actually.
So after our little Ashland sojourn, we regained the PCT, and it was about, I think, 8:20 when we set foot on the trail. Well, we knew we weren't going to have a massively wonderful day, mileage-wise, but it was alright. There's the usual uphills, you know, for all those people that keep saying Oregon is flat. We did 2,600 foot of ascent today. Not in one go, but in just 12 miles, so looking at you, Michelle, Oregon is not flat. Anyway, back to the map. So yeah, there's not much to say about today's section actually. It was pretty enough, but we were kind of, from very early on, more concerned about the weather than anything else, because last night was a horrible thunderstorm, and today there was more of that weather forecast, so we just tried to outrun the thunderstorm really, which, as you all saw, we did not succeed in doing. We had breakfast. We had a bit of a random day actually. I mean, we met up with Castaway again somewhere, probably here, who'd left like half a day before us from Ashland but didn't get very far because of the thunderstorm. He was under a tree drying out his gear, and so we kind of carried on hiking with him on and off, basically the same. You know, we tend to leapfrog each other. We walk more steady, he walks faster, but has more brakes. It's one of those. And you know, we had breakfast at a road crossing, and he had stopped just before. God, it's only been like a few hours, and I already can't remember. But anyway, it was sort of pretty steady uphill most of the day, with lots of views of Pilot Rock. That's that funny looking rock that I pointed out. And yeah, I think round about here, well, exactly here actually, we were under the sign of the Lone Pilot Trail. That's when the thunderstorm really hit, and that was the point at which we decided to have lunch, because, you know, that's what you do when it's thunder and lightning around you. So it was the quickest lunch we'd ever pulled off. Wolfed down our food, gulped down our tea, ran out of there. And it didn't rain for long, to be fair. Probably only rained for about an hour, but it got us good and proper. So well, in fact, that we're now walking upside down. Sorry. We were just trying to outrun the rain, and typically as soon as the thunderstorm started, we were out of the woods and on exposed ridges, because again, you know, that's what you want when you're outrunning a thunderstorm. But yeah, it didn't last too long, but by the time this water source here proved to be dry, and by the time we got to this water source where we needed to fill up anyway, we were pretty damp, we were pretty soaking, and it was already 4 o'clock, and we just thought, you know what, enough of that. So that is where we're stopped now, right here by the little pond